Hey everyone. So I just want to go over what the assignment is for today. And today you're going to be examining the possibilities. So basically, you're going to be taking a look at some of the materials that you can be using to actually build your egg drop device. And you're going to be kind of categorizing or classifying what characteristics of these materials would be best to help protect the egg, and then what kinds of materials do you want to use in your design based upon what characteristics they have. So if we look at this document, it starts here with examining the possibilities. The first part is to highlight the properties of materials that would be most useful in protecting an egg. So you're literally going to go through each of these words and think, would this be a good adjective to describe the materials that I'm using to help protect my egg? So do I want my device to be hard or soft? If I think hard or soft. If I think being soft is a good characteristic for my device, I would then highlight it. So you can go up here to where it says highlight color and then pick whatever color you want. Okay, then I'd go through the next one. I don't think hard's going to be too good. Let's say I said that, so I'm going to leave it blank. Then I'll think, waterproof. Well, I'm not sure about waterproof, so I'll leave that yet. Flexible, that means it can bend. If I think that flexible is important, I would highlight flexible. Okay? And then you just go through each and every single one of these and highlight the adjectives that you think would be best to describe your device that would help it to stay, your egg to stay intact. Okay? If you think being fragile is a good characteristic for your device, you would highlight it as well. Okay, so you can go through, highlight as many as you think are going to be useful in protecting an egg. Then the next step is to X the properties that describe each material. So now that we've kind of determined what adjectives are probably going to be good when we're making our design, now we want to start thinking about, all right, what types of materials have those adjectives? So you're going to go down the line and say, all right, first one is tinfoil. Is tinfoil hard? Not really. Is it soft? Not really either. Rough? Definitely no. It is smooth, so I can put an X there. Is it fragile? Sometimes. Is it strong? Not too much. Is it flexible? Can it bend? Yes, it can. Okay, so you're going to go down and kind of make X's on what you think these materials have. You can put more than one X per material. So it's not like tinfoil, I can only put one of them. No, I could mark as many as I think is appropriate. There's no right answer. Like you can, for some of these, if you can argue that paper is smooth or rough, depending on the type of paper you're thinking of. So it really is up to you. I want to see what you're thinking. So you'd go down the list, like for cotton balls, they're definitely not hard. They're soft. They're not rough. I don't know if they're smooth, maybe. Like they're not rough, but they're not quite smooth. They're not really fragile. They're not, but they are flexible. Okay. So you can go through and mark what adjectives you think describe these properties, or rather these materials. So that's part 2. Part 3, if you keep scrolling, there's a second page. Now, using what we put over here, we're going to kind of rank, all right, well, what is going to be the most useful characteristic? Okay, I think that the top adjective that I want to use to describe my device would be strong. So I would put a 1 there. If I think being the second most important is soft, because I want, to protect my egg, I'd put a 2 there. And I'd go down the list. Now, if I think that being waterproof is the least useful, like who cares about being waterproof, I would put an 11 because that's the least useful. If I think that being heavy is also a pretty bad characteristic, I may put that as a 10. So you're just going to go down the list, and each one is going to get a number associated with it. 1 being the best, 11 is the least useful. And then you're just going to put in a nice list here your top 3. So I put number 1 was strong, number 2 is soft, and number 3, whatever I determined it was. Okay. Then for number 4, part 4, now you're going to use what you did in this one here and what you said over here to help you to rank your materials that could be most helpful when you're making your egg drop device. So basically, if you thought that being strong and soft are important, you would look down here and say, okay, what are the soft things? What are the strong things? And I would rank those materials as high. Okay, maybe I said that cotton balls are soft. Yup. So that's going to be the number 1 most important material. And I also said cardboard was strong. So that's going to be 2. And you know what? I think that tape is the least useful. That's going to be 8. Okay, because it doesn't have any of the characteristics that I thought were really good. So that's kind of what you're going to do for part 4. You're going to go through and rank each of the materials, and then you're just going to list them down here. I think the materials that would be best for protecting an egg are, your number 1 was cotton balls, number 2 was cardboard, and then whatever your number 3 is, and then obviously you would put the worst materials down here. Okay. So that's pretty much what we're doing for today. We're going through and we're starting to examine the possibilities. We are not at the point yet where we're going to be making designs. That's actually going to be tomorrow. So I know some of you are really, really excited for this, and that's great, but stay with the process. Don't go ahead. Okay, you should not be making designs. You should not be building anything. You should not be dropping eggs out yet. We will get to that in time, but each day we have a different objective. Today's objective is to get you thinking about different possibilities when we're making our device. What kind of materials do we want to use? What types of materials, talking about their adjectives or their characteristics, would be best. So that's really what we're doing today, okay? Once you are done filling out this form, or rather this document in its entirety, then you can just go on and hit the submit or the turn in button, and that's about it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Give it to me on a private comment, and I will be more than happy to answer it. Hope you guys have fun thinking about the possibilities.